My name is Chidima Oranwan. Also seated right here with me is
Chuku Okawe, Indiana, good morning.
Okay, this one you just said Indiana Bra, good morning. Like, are we fighting with your critics this one?
No, we're not fighting with
I
everything.
just say Indiana Bra, good morning. You get a point?
I'm so eager to dive into the papers that we have this morning.
Typical AJ is talking every time he's eager to dive into the papers. All right, just to tell you that we are here again this morning to do what we know how best to do. We bring your way the stories that are trending on the ABS website and also national dailies this morning. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. But our guest is already seated in the studio this morning. You get to meet him after this short break. Stay with us.
Power street light.
Aglock.
All right, quickly, let's also see what we are talking about here. Anambra State government restating result to get justice for Omnanko widow ostracized by relations. How do you see this move by the state government?
Well, the state. At the same time, it depends on what happened before they take the decision. And every community has the way they do with their people. If such decision is a very strong one, and before that such things will be done, that means something had happened also that has brought about that decision. I think what the state will do, of course, the state has to protect all the citizens and their rights. But at the same time, what happened? That is the question. What happened? They can't just get her and decide to take her out of the community if nothing happened. So that is where what should be looked at before the decisions should be taken.
Well, so you think in this present age that we are in, it's still right to ostracize someone out of a particular community? What about other punishments, even if the person killed someone? What about other punishments or handing over the person to security agents?
Well, such things are also okay, but at the same time, the community has their way of life, which our members should be aware of. If the woman herself has committed such crime that had allowed such things, she should be able to handle it the way it's supposed to be done. Because, yes, the days are opening, the lights are coming in. Such decisions or punishment should not be in the trend now. They should have called police. But calling police also has given a lot of people space to commit a lot of crime. Knowing too well, okay, Okwega police, at the end of the day, they will bail them. And if they had done something that is grievous against the other person, the person will be bearing it with pens. Yes, they should have called police or even take the person to court. But if they have no space to do such thing, the members of the community knows the penalty for doing a particular thing.
Well, I feel that the state government must have done their investigations very well. They would not just delve into the matter to rescue the woman if they didn't do any proper investigation. But let's not do so much on that. Let's quickly go to over to our first paper under review this morning, and that's the Daily Sun newspaper.
Dangote Refinery fuel hit market in August. That's the banner headline there on Daily Sun this morning. At official commissioning, Buhari describes project game changer for economy. CBN orders pay tribute as NNPC says 400 billion monthly subsidy unbearable. We can see the pictures of the president and Dangote and some government officials there commissioning the project. PDP LP lose bid for live broadcast of tribunal proceedings. The rider there says ruling, not setback, says Atiku. Atiku, that's the party. Court adjourns Nnamdi Kanu's case. You'll find that on page 5 of the Daily Sun. And then double nomination. Supreme Court fixes May 26 for judgment in PDP's suit against Tinubu and Shettima. And you equally will find there FG appoints Oduno as new NAMA MD. Aviation think tank blasts Sirika for last-minute changes meddling in NCAA. Panic as headers kill 19, injure more. Sack community in Benue and Imo. Tinubu, APC opposed consolidation of Atiku Obi APM petitions. Senate presidency race takes new turn as Lawan reportedly shows interest. Wow, that's interesting. NAS leadership shouldn't be used to further divide Nigerians. That's coming from the Christian Association of Nigeria. You'll find that on page 26 and page 30 of the Daily Sun. Wike honors Uzodinma with highest Rivers Award. That's on page 28. Last but not the least, Nigeria receded under Buhari. That's coming from NLC president. You'll find that story on page 27. Godson, what's your take on the president saying that Dangote's newly built commissioned refinery is a game changer?
Even myself, I said so. If the federal government cannot provide a refinery for us, and Dangote single-handedly does that, he needs some kudos. What federal government cannot do. We have refineries and they all break down. The federal government cannot even fix them. They prefer importing fuels and start telling us about subsidy. Who does that? So for me, Dangote has done great and should be given kudos. It's a game changer.
A game changer in the sense that the subsidy will now be taking away all the jobs it will create to many Nigerians.
The jobs, they say it's going to provide 300,000 jobs. And the refineries will provide fuel for Nigerians. So if that happens, then he's in competition with NNPC. NNPC should buckle up. I think the refinery will do a lot. We help. However it comes, the federal government should have done something better than before now. So since Dangote have decided to ease up the pains for Nigerians,
okay,
I thank him.
All right. Still on the Senate presidency, the Senate presidency race. What's your take on this stunt by Lawan reportedly showing interest?
He has a double nomination now, so they should handle that one first. He bought the form for Senate, bought the form for presidency. And then it's a double nomination. They should have gone to court asking him why he does that before he's coming out to be the Senate president. He's not the only person in Nigeria. Some other people, I think they zoned it also. So as if left the south to the north. The Senate presidency has been zoned to the south. That is why Osjo Zokala, Kwabio, and like of them are contested. So if he's coming back now from the north to come and contest again, then the system is collapsing against itself.
Okay, having said that, just to let you know that you can be part of the discussion ongoing in the studio this morning, all you need to do is to dial the number displayed in front of your television set. Our next paper under review this morning is the National Star newspaper, and the banner headline there says Tinubu APC kick as tribunal seeks to consolidate opposition parties' petition. Now we have the riders under that as we will abide by tribunal judgment. This is coming from the electoral umpire INEC. Tribunal dismisses Atiku Obi's request for live coverage. Up there, 10th NAS, Reps minority group insists on non-endorsement of speaker. Then we can see that Dangote refinery will save Nigeria over $25 billion in FX, coming from the CBN governor Emefiele. Gunmen beheaded women, children and burned houses in fresh Benue attack. El Rufai dethrones two traditional rulers, sacks a 3 district. And then we can see there written power sector in focus as top industry players brainstorm at NNS breakfast meeting. So God's own, let's quickly see, talk about the banner headline, the big story there. Tinubu APC kicks as tribunal seeks to consolidate opposition parties' petition. And we can see the riders under it too, talking about INEC saying that they're going to abide by the tribunal judgment. But we will not forget that tribunal dismissed the Atiku and Obi's request for live coverage of the proceedings.
Well, that is anti-people. They should not do that. We hired them to work for us. We should be able to see what they're doing. And this, the case is a critical one. So they should show us, put it on the live coverage. We should all be at home and see the judgment, how it goes. If they want to say, okay, no, it should be done in the courtroom and they come out and tell us as it happens. What stops them from airing it? What stops them from letting us know what is happening there? Every Nigerian right now has interest in that. Every Nigerian right now wants to know what is happening there. So why are they restricting it to themselves? What are they hiding? They should let us see what is happening there. They should let us know who says what. You understand? All of us are in the court in this matter, whether you're in the opposing side or in the proposing side. Everybody is interested. Everybody is in the court today because we want to know who is the next president Nigeria has. We also want to know who is taking decision for us. We want to know how they do all these things. So telling us they should give us the live coverage. Let everybody see.
Apart from them dismissing the request for live coverage of the proceedings and all that, and they are now kicking as Tinubu APC kick as tribunal seeks to consolidate opposition parties' petition. Of course, we are talking about a PDP and LP. And then we are now seeing INEC saying that they are going to stand with whatever the judgment the tribunal will give at the end of the day. Do you see this particular tribunal giving a fair hearing to this particular case?
If they don't, they have gone against themselves. Right now, like I said, every Nigerian is in court in this matter. So it's either you are against the country moving forward or you are in support of the country going backward.
But that is to say you bringing your cases and your facts to bear.
But there are a lot of facts that's open.
You understand? So it's
a lot of facts is in the domain.
Yeah.
How do they want to manage that? How? They have come out, they told us that there are at least 4 cities in Nigeria that is determining factors. We have Lagos, we have Abuja, we have Kano, we have Rivers. And in all these 4 quarters, Tinubu did not win one of them. And they say you must win 25% in at least 24 states, plus Abuja. Tinubu did not win Lagos, where he is presiding. He didn't win Abuja, he didn't win Kano, he didn't win Rivers. So on what ground they made this law while they are working against the law? It's just like somebody saying, you want to study law in the school and you are demanded to have English and the literature. You went and passed physics, chemistry, and biology. How do you want to study law? Will they offer you admission?
Of course, you don't.
Of course, they will not.
You didn't meet the
so
requirement.
if this is the target 10, you must win these people. And you never won any of them. How do they justify granting him or giving him the position of president-elect?
That's for the courts to decide.
No, it will not, because the constitution is made for us. And it's very clear.
That's why they are the tribunal.
Now, that's to say, you are asking me, what if? How can it be what if? When there is something, set down something. There are rules for it. So if they come up to tell us that maybe the constitution is no more working, or they want to create their own law because of this, okay, maybe we'll follow up with that. But as long as the constitution INEC gave, as long as the wrote down rules for them are there, which they know, even the INEC chairman knows that, because it's the rule. He knows that you must win Abuja to be declared a president. Of course, Kano, Lagos, and the rivers. And the person you declared elected did not win any of the states.
I don't think it is statutory that you must win Kano, Lagos.
Those are the 4 major cities you must win. At least you have to get something there. 25%.
Okay. The next paper we have for review this morning is the Punch newspaper. And it's still talking about the Dangote refinery, the commissioning. Dangote refinery petrol heat market that's coming in July. That is FG saying, and it will save Nigeria 7 trillion naira. And the rider there says plant project export to 53 African countries and end toxic fuel supply. That's coming from Dangote. Buhari says refinery game changer. MFL projects 12,000 megawatts power. My admin boosted Navy's capacity with 20 ships. That's coming from the president. Operators fault removal of NAMA managing director. Governors-elect protest as outgoing governors shun transition panels. Tribunal rejects live broadcast. Supreme Court decides anti-Tinubu suit on Friday. Despite its spurt, inertia, statism, limit oil sector. That's coming, that's a column of the Buhari years. And what else do we have here? That's much that we have here. What's your take on this 5 MFG to save 7 trillion from this Dangote refinery?
It's a lot. 7 trillion naira can do a lot of things in Nigeria. And that is telling you how much money that is being thrown away on subsidy. So if Dangote refinery can save us 7 trillion, you know what 7 trillion is? And that refinery will save us this. What are we waiting for? We have to go for it. Because if it's saving us 7 trillion, if we share the money to education, health, and some other, even the road projects. You know one thing we are not thinking of? The byproducts of this petrol.
Yeah.
A lot of them. We don't have good roads. The colota we import to tie our roads is part of it. So the refinery is a very big support to the economy of Nigeria if it is well managed.
All right. Though we are not part of the people that have the incoming administration, Anambra State, but there one of the headlines says that the governors elect protests as outgoing governors shun transition panels. What do you think about this? What will warrant them to shun this panel?
It doesn't matter that they are going. 1 week.
But at least they need to, transfer or give back to the present administration what they have done so far. So that they can be evaluated.
Let them not. It's even better for the new ones, so that they'll be able to go and investigate, probe them very well.
But we did that in Anambra State, and it's working perfectly well for us because it will help you to evaluate and know what you have on ground. The member of the panels, we go about all the sectors.
Most of them are in opposition parties. The outgoing governors are not in the same party. That is why they are doing that. But even at that, it's even good the new coming governors will stand on it and probe them very well. So it's better they clear themselves before they go. If they don't, it's against them. The incoming governor will hold on to them. We didn't say this, even if when they saw it. Where did you keep it? We didn't find it. Did you go home with it? The question, by the time they ask them too much questions, they will get mad and decide to run out of the country. So it's better they come and clean their slate before they go.
All right, quickly, let's go over to Delhi Independent newspaper this morning. The banner headline is still talking about Dangote's refinery. That is a significant milestone for Nigeria. This is coming from Buhari. And then we have down there, presidential election court dismisses. Okay, please, for live broadcast. We've talked about this. Presidential committee requires 3.4 trillion naira to tackle flooding. Mass resignation, NAS intervenes, calls for adherence to NCAA regulations. Down there we can still see Buhari Commission second Niger bridge today. That's a good one. And then a reorganization of aviation agencies still ongoing. Sirika Ajero vows to restore NLC as a fighting machine. 10th House of Reps, we've not endorsed any speakership aspirant. This is coming from the minority caucus. Okay, these and many more are the trending stories at the front page of the Daily Independent this morning.
Well, that National Assembly issue, just like we have said.
I know you want to talk about that.
Because, in short, in the scheme of things, I think the Southeast is not from Buhari's administration. And I think these people are trying to borrow it again. If they are saying that the Senate president that is supposed to come to the Southeast is going to the North again, the Speaker, the Southeasterners are not even contesting that. So that's to say, nothing for us. And it is not giving us unity. The spirit of oneness is not there. They are scheming the Southeast out. And if they are doing that, they're also dividing Nigeria into so many parts, which is not good. Common sense would have taught us that, okay, this Southeast, they are big stakeholders in the national build. Therefore, they should not be schemed out. Because what they are saying now, if now is the APC, if at the end of the day APC formed the government, we have some senators from APC in the Southeast. We have Ojus Okano. We have Omai. Then in the south side we have Akpabio. They should not look into this. The Senate president should not even be contested out of these zones. But if they have decided to say, okay, the Southeast, you're on your own. Somebody was telling me, Southeast did not vote APC. Must Southeast vote APC? Don't we have senators from Southeast that is of APC? Election is election. If I decide to vote for you and my brother decided to vote for another person, it's not a problem. It's choice. So everybody should now come to vote for APC.
Okay. Are you also excited with the commissioning of the second Niger bridge today by the president?
That is a catch-up. Bet Niger for sure. Because the trouble at that Niger bridge, every day, you must, if you want to go to Asaba from here, you can run from here to Onitsha Head Bridge in 25 minutes. Then stay for 2 hours to cross the bridge. So if they decide to open it today and commission it, and it becomes the thing, what they have done, they have saved people's life. The percentage of lifespan.
Lifespan.
You know, and now when you go through the new bridge, you don't even enter on it at all. You terminate at all,
yeah.
Except for people coming to Enugu and Oka that will take this road. If not, if you're going to where another part, you just go straight from that place. From Masamadia, you bust at Obosi Onitsha. Then go to wherever you're going to, which is easier. From that bridge to terminate at Oba, it's only 10 minutes. Only 10. During the Christmas that they opened it, Once you say you are in Asaba, the next 10 minutes you are in Oba. But it will take 1 hour to cross from the end on the Head Bridge to get to Asaba, which is not up to 1 kilometer road or 2 kilometers. So the truth is, if it happens, all glory to God.
Okay. Well, let's take the Nation and the Guardian newspaper together because of want of time.
The Nation newspaper, the banner headline is talking about petrol, diesel, orders to flow from Dangote refinery in January. 40% of output from 650,000 barrels per day facility for export. President signs Social Investment Agency bill and orders. Why judiciary must resist technical judgment. Tinubu will support Navy, says Buhari. And Sirika, more heads to roll in aviation agencies. And why tribunal rejected motions on live broadcast. You'll find out on the front page of the Nation newspaper. And Second Niger Bridge, like we said, 6 other projects for inauguration today. And then the Guardian is telcos rising revenues, profits, fail to reflect in quality of services. That's coming from the telecommunications. Pepsi dismisses Atiku Obi's request for live telecast of proceedings. We've seen that. $18.5 billion Dangote refinery to release first product in August. I'm getting conflicting data here. Some are saying July, some are saying
No, they
August.
said the end of July,
Okay.
heading to August.
Okay, relief for travelers as Buhari commissioned Second Niger Bridge. You've seen that. President Bella Maoli Limited, Jack Rich celebrates wife, Dr. Elizabeth, at 30, and Buhari fragile pieces, more hardware, less safety. And that's all we have on the Guardian newspaper. Please, which of these stories would you want to delve into?
Which one do you want us to discuss?
Okay, let's talk on this aviation issue with Sirika coming up to say that more heads will roll. The Nigerian aviation system seems to be one of, will I say, a very, very dicey ministry where we've not had competence, you understand, in revenue generation. When you think about other African countries, some not even as big as Nigeria, Ethiopia, even Rwanda and the rest of it, so they seem to have a proper managed aviation system. What seems to be the problem with Nigeria?
Corruption.
Corruption.
Yes. Ethiopia has nothing except coffee and the aviation. And they manage their country. And all these countries in Africa and outside Africa, they feed from Nigeria because Nigeria has a very large number of travelers. You understand? So nothing we make. I will tell you some stories some years ago. Nigerian Airways will fly 777 to Dubai with maybe 200 passengers. 150 passengers on free ticket. Because my mother is your brother's sister. Your father is his uncle. He is my friend. We are working together. They are issuing tickets, free. So how do you want the airline to survive? At the time, they partnered with Virgin.
Virgin, yeah.
Virgin had to withdraw the aircraft and run away. Because it's something that was going on.
So with this,
then some of them will go and buy like this building and throw it free with Nigerian Airways. Because they're taking free oil that they will never pay on credit. So how do you want the airline to survive? But Ethiopian Airline, any old aircraft they will go and borrow or buy and repair. And Ethiopian Airline is almost flying the whole world. How much does Ethiopia have?
Okay.
They only have coffee as what they had.
Okay,
plus airline.
let's also see that big story in the front page of the Guardian newspaper talking about the service low quality of services we are receiving from the telecoms company in Nigeria. And from what we are seeing there, we are seeing the picture of Airtel and MTN. Despite the fact they are having rising revenues and profits, yet they fail to give us Nigerians, their customers, quality service.
The same corruption. The stakeholders that are Nigerians will tell them, it doesn't matter, give them like that, they will pay. If there is check and balance, or they're checking the standard of what you are giving to your people, nobody will do that. Abroad, if you fail your service, you pay. If you are supposed to provide this service and you don't, you will pay. The same companies that are abroad working there perfectly, they come to Nigeria, they will not work again. Because some of the board members, we tell them it doesn't matter, just give them. They will be happy we are serving them. It should not be like that. We Nigerians are so conscious of money. And because of that, we don't care about how the service provision to our people. And once you are appointed to that board, even when you were very poor before, and you are appointed there, before they give you one or two benefits, they give you sirens, give you motorcade to be moving around and security, your head is over. You don't care about every other person. You are forgetting the days of your little beginning. You are forgetting that there was a time you are not feeling like others. And once you get one or two things to eat today, what is time now? Maybe 8 o'clock. By 12 o'clock, all your friends are pushed away because you are not a big boss. That is the problem. Nobody cares about anybody. Why would a foreign company come to Nigeria and take advantage of Nigerians and preside over Nigerians without anybody complaining? Or even when you do complain, they will tell you, shut up. Wouldn't they do you? And only you dare this country. That is the problem.
All right, we're sorry. Here is where we're coming to the end of the press review this morning. And we want to say a very big thank you to you, God's own Onyeka Obieze, for joining us on the show this morning. Thank you.
Thank you very much for inviting me. I'm here, and I hope next time we'll do more better.
All right. Well, I want to say a very big thank you for joining us on Press Review. But we're still here. It's still Good Morning, Anambra. We see you at the other side. My name is Chidima Oranwa.
And I'm Ajuru Chukwu Okabwe saying, don't touch that dial. We'll be back soon.